told you I was going to film another video about what the POs do from day to day, and here it is. So today's video, we're going to talk about the office, we're going to talk about the field visits, and we're also going to talk about court visits. Let's start with the office visits, because that's the majority of what your day is going to be. You're going to be in the office from, well, for me, I'm in the office from 8 to 5. Monday through Friday. Weekends, no. On call, no. I've watched some YouTube videos and people were saying that they have nights where they're on call. No, sis. That job is a little bit too stressful sometimes to be on call. Like, no. After 5 o'clock, I'm out. That's it. That's a wrap. But anyways, on office days, I usually see about 10 to 12 clients or defendants or whatever you want to call them, probationers. I see about 10 to 12 of them. They come in, we have about a 10 or 15 minute visit. They have a form that they have to fill out every month. Let us know if there's any updates, any changes, any new phone numbers, any new addresses. Have you had any contact with law enforcement? Have you had any drugs or alcohol lately? Of course, everybody says no, like, duh, come on. Somebody will say, yeah, I did smoke weed last night. I'm sorry. And I just want help. But that's, like I said, rare. It's few and far between. So if somebody has used drugs or drank alcohol and they want to talk to me about it, hey, let's get to it. We can have them fill out a form. It's going to be an admission form. This form will be used in court if I ever have to take them back to court. Not every violation is followed by this person going to jail. A lot of people think that, but it's really not true. We give these people so many chances, it's unreal. Like, you will be blown away by the number of chances these people actually get. Like, everybody always complaining about their PO sitting in the jail. My PO, she just got it out for me. Da, 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 da. That's a lie. That's a lie. You might get a PO that's like real strict, and that's not gonna, give you any leeway. But for the most part, we work with people. POs are there to work with you. Everybody's there to see you do better. But of course, they don't think that. But whatever. And after the office visit, if we do require them to take a drug test, we send them out for drug testing. Now, let me tell you this. We used to do drug tests in-house. So in our office, we used to watch the defendant pee, have them pull their pants down, pull their underwear down, turn around, do the hokey pokey, everything, and show everything. And people really hated that because it's like your PO is seeing you in your stuff every month. But of course, the men went to the male POs to get the drug tests, and the females go to the female POs to get those drug tests. But thank you, Jesus, we don't have to do that anymore. So they go out, they're outsourced to a different company, and they take their drug tests there. So if we need them to do that, we'll send them to do that. But mostly, day to day, that's what you're doing. Your office visit, 10, 15 minutes. There are some occasions where we do have to do interviews with them. It's a special interview that we do with every client. So those interviews can be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, just depending on how talkative your client want to be that day. But most of the defendants, they don't want to talk to their PO. So trust me, that interview will be real short, real sweet. And then we enter everything in the computer. So if you don't know how to type, you're going to learn how to type with this job because you have to enter a lot of stuff in the computer. And I think after you get used to your client, the visits become shorter and shorter. So it's all about building a rapport with the person. It's all about getting them to be more comfortable in your office because, of course, they don't want to be there. Like, let's be real. If you were on probation, would you just want to go check in with this person every month? And a lot of my defendants are a lot older than me. Like, it's kind of weird because those older people, they don't really want to listen to somebody that's younger than them. Like just come on, let's be real. And even the men, sometimes it's like, oh, this little girl, what's she about to tell me? Like, okay, grandpa, listen. We're going to do this together. We're going to get through this together, okay? You here, I'm here. Let's make it work. Like, stop playing. But most of the time, I must admit, people are respectful. Of course, they're going to come into your office and lie, and lie some more. Nobody's going to tell you the truth, so just be prepared that everybody's going to come to your office and give you this whole story about how they're innocent. Some people might be innocent, but most of the people who tell me they're innocent, I read the offense report and it's something totally different. Yeah. Nobody wants to be perceived as the bad person, obviously. So I get it. I understand it. But just be prepared. If you want to be in this job, most people are going to come to your office and they're going to try to sell you some BS. Don't take it personally because it's not about you. Okay, they're just trying to do the best they can. People who are violating their probation, those probation visits will take a little bit longer because you got to address each violation. You got to make sure you tell this person, okay, this is the plan, this is what we're going to do to help you, you know, not violate anymore and to get you to complete your probation successfully. And then there's court days. Court days, let me tell you, when I first started this job 4 years ago, court days were so intimidating to me. You're in there, it's like so many people. You might have a chain gang over here. If you don't know what the chain gang is, let me put a picture right here. It's the chain gang. I mean, it's kind of intimidating if you've never been in that setting before. But most often the judges are really, really, really nice. They're really helpful. They're there to, of course, admonish the defendant for not doing what they're supposed to do. So the court days kind of go by fast if it's some interesting cases. Otherwise, it kind of drag out. And then there's those days when you have to testify, which I talked about in my last video, which I'll link up here in the cards. Revocation hearings, when you have to go and testify for that can be very, very, very intimidating, especially if you've never testified in a court of law before. You have the client there, the judge over here, the district attorney over here, their lawyer over there, like, and everybody's asking you questions, like trying to figure out if you did your job right. Did you give this person the resources they needed? Did you give them the help they needed? Like, did they help me? No, did they help themselves? Judge, please. But of course, nobody wants to hear what this client did at this moment when you're testifying. They want to hear what you did to help this client, what you did to get them to come to the office. So make sure you're on your P's and Q's. You follow up with sanctions. You follow up with whenever they violate. Make sure you follow that up with some type of response. Like, you can't just allow them to violate and you not do anything about it. Like, you have to do something, and it has to be documented. Document, cover yourself. Okay. The other part of the day will be the field visits. Okay, when you're out in the field, you go with a partner. In my area, at least. I'm not sure how it is in other areas, but I do live in Texas, like I mentioned many times before. We go out in the field with a partner. We have radios, law enforcement. Everybody knows where we are when we're out. They know what addresses we're going to, so that we can maintain a level of security. Because it can be dangerous. You're going into these people's homes. You don't know what they have in there. You don't know who's in there. But so that's a level of security for us if law enforcement knows where we're going, when we're leaving that address, when we're going to be back at the office, because we don't have weapons, like I mentioned. In my area, we do not carry weapons. That's another reason why it's so important to respect your defendants. Build that rapport with them. Get to know them. Get them to be able to have a level of trust with you as much as they possibly can, because obviously you're the PO. Like, how much trust are you really going to get? But just try to be respectful, be kind, listen, be empathetic. This is your job. If you're signing up for this, you're signing up to help people. At the end of the day, they don't want to be there, but they have to be there. So just try to make it the best experience that you can for them. And that really makes a difference in their lives. Like, honestly, in my last video, I did mention how, what was my favorite part of being a PO. But I did forget to mention that when you actually see somebody change and they come back to you months later, or let's say 12 months into their probation and they have 5 years to go, and you can see the difference. You can see they have a job now. You can see they're not using drugs anymore. You can see they come in with a smile. I mean, that part makes the job worthwhile. That's why you do it. You're not doing it for the money, because let me tell you, you're not going to get paid that much. So if you're thinking, oh, let me go do this so I can go make the big bucks. Okay, no. But you can make a comfortable living for your family. Of course, you're not going to be out here riding around in Range Rovers and Bentleys, but you can make a comfortable living for yourself, and it's legal. Okay, let's keep that in mind. It's legal. But being in the field, I got off topic, didn't I? Being in the field can be dangerous, but it's also fun. You're out all day, going to clients' houses, checking to make sure that is where they actually live. Believe it or not, some people will put an address on the file or on their paperwork, and they don't actually live there. So that's the main purpose of the field visits, to make sure that this person is living where they say they're living. So that would be the gist of it. You have office visits, you have home visits or field visits, and you have court visits. So if you have questions about anything that I mentioned in this video, or something I forgot, or something you just want me to elaborate on, please leave me a comment. I am reading everybody's comments. Again, please be respectful in the comment section. You know, YouTube cracking down on that. But if you have questions, please leave them down below. And always stay safe, y'all.